Trust is the most expensive thing you can lose in Thailand, and I handed mine over with a smile at the front desk of a 4-star hotel in Bangkok. I thought I was being a gentleman. Turns out, I was being an idiot. When someone takes your passport in a foreign country, you're not just losing a document. You're losing your identity, your freedom, your way home. And when that someone is a woman you've been seeing for 3 months, someone you thought you knew, someone you were starting to love well, that's when you realize how far you are from everything familiar. If our stories resonate with you, don't forget to like, comment, and tell us where you're watching from. This story was shared with us by one of our long-time viewers, but he wanted his experience heard. I met Pim at a coffee shop near Siam Square on a Tuesday morning that changed everything. Not one of those tourist places, but a local spot where office workers grabbed their caffeine before disappearing into glass towers. I was Lawrence then, 58, divorced 2 years, living off my pension in a rented condo in Thongla. 6 months in Bangkok, not running from anything dramatic, just tired of Ohio winters and looking for something different. She was sitting alone, typing on a laptop, wearing a white blouse that made her look like she belonged in a boardroom, not talking to some middle-aged American retiree. "Excuse me," I said in broken Thai, pointing at the chair across from her. "Seat okay?" She looked up and smiled, not the practiced smile you get from bar girls, but something genuine. "You can speak English?" she said, her accent soft but clear. "I work for international company. I need practice anyway." That's how it started. Coffee turned into lunch. Lunch turned into dinner. 3 months of what felt like the most natural relationship I'd had in years. Pim was 34, worked in marketing for a tech startup, lived with her mother in a neighborhood I'd never heard of. She wasn't interested in my money, insisted on splitting bills, refused expensive gifts. "I'm not charity case, Lawrence," she'd say, which I found refreshing after hearing horror stories from other expats. We'd spend evenings walking through night markets, watching Thai movies with subtitles I couldn't read fast enough. She taught me to eat som tam without crying. I taught her poker. Badly. The physical side developed slowly, naturally. No rush, no transaction feeling. We'd kiss goodnight at her building, hold hands in public, sleep together at my place on weekends. "You different from other Farangs," she told me one night, curled against my chest. "Most think Thai women just toys. You treat me like person." I thought I'd gotten lucky. Thought I'd found something authentic in a city full of scams. That should have been my first warning. 3 weeks before my 59th birthday, Pim brought up the hotel idea. We were eating street food near her office, sharing pad thai from a cart that had been there for decades, according to her. "Lawrence, I want to do something special for your birthday," she said, not meeting my eyes. "Something nice, like real couples do." I looked up from my noodles. "We are a real couple, Pim. We don't need anything fancy." "No. Listen," she said, leaning forward. "I want to take you to nice hotel in Bangkok for weekend. My treat this time." The idea surprised me. In 3 months, she'd never suggested anything that cost real money. Always the cheap restaurants, the free parks, the budget-friendly dates. "You don't have to do that," I said. "I know you're saving money. Is my birthday gift to you?" she insisted. "I have some extra money from work project. I want to spoil you for once." Her English got simpler when she was excited or nervous. "Please let me do this." Something in her voice made me agree. Maybe it was the way she said, "spoil you," like she'd been thinking about it for weeks. "Okay," I said. "But we split it. I'm not letting you spend your whole paycheck on me." "No, Lawrence, is gift. But maybe you can book it. Your credit card work better for hotels." She pulled out her phone, showed me a booking site. This one, the Mandarin Oriental, very fancy, very romantic. I looked at the pictures, the prices, $400 a night. "Pim, this is too expensive. Let's find something, please," she said, grabbing my hand. Just this once. For your birthday. I want to feel like we're important people. How do you say no to that? I booked it that night on my laptop, 2 nights in a deluxe suite overlooking the river. But as I was filling out the reservation form, Pim kept asking questions. They need your passport number, she asked, looking over my shoulder. And expiry date? Standard hotel stuff, I said, typing in the information. For the registration. And they keep passport when you check in? Like, hold it? Sometimes, I said. Depends on the hotel. Why? Just curious, she said. But she was staring at the screen with an intensity I'd never seen before. In Thailand, hotels very strict about foreign documents. The morning we were supposed to check in, Pim showed up at my condo dressed like I'd never seen her. Black dress, heels, makeup done professionally. She looked stunning, but also nervous. You ready for fancy weekend? She asked, but her smile seemed forced. We took a taxi to the Mandarin Oriental, and during the ride, she kept checking her phone. Every few minutes, the screen would light up with messages in Thai that she'd read quickly and delete. Work? I asked. Always work, she said, but she was lying. I'd seen her work messages before, and these were different. Shorter, more urgent. The hotel was everything the website promised. Marble floors, crystal chandeliers, staff in perfect uniforms who bowed when they saw us approaching. Welcome to Mandarin Oriental, the desk clerk said in crisp English. Checking in? Yes, I said, reaching for my wallet. Reservation under Lawrence. Let me handle this, Pim interrupted, stepping forward. I want to practice English with hotel staff. You always do everything. Let me try. She was right. I did usually handle the logistics. Go ahead, I said, handing her my passport and credit card. I'll wait here. She walked to the reception desk with confidence I'd never seen from her before. Started speaking to the clerk in rapid Thai, then switched to English, then back to Thai. I couldn't hear what they were saying, but it was taking longer than it should have. Much longer. Other guests were checking in and out around us. I watched couples getting their keys in minutes, while Pim stood at the desk for 20 minutes, occasionally turning to wave at me with a smile that looked increasingly strained. Finally, she walked back over with our key cards and a small envelope. All done, she said. Room 1247. They say welcome champagne waiting for us. That took a while, I said. Thai hotels very careful with American passports, she said. They have to make copies. Check with immigration computer. Very normal. Something felt off, but I couldn't put my finger on what. Where's my passport? I asked. She paused for just a second too long. Oh, they keep it until checkout. Standard procedure in Thailand. They give back when we leave. I'd stayed in Thai hotels before. That wasn't standard procedure. Our suite was beautiful. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the Chao Phraya River, king-size bed with silk sheets, champagne chilling in an ice bucket with 2 crystal glasses. Pim should have been excited, but she seemed distracted. She kept checking her phone, stepping onto the balcony to make calls in whispered Thai. Everything okay? I asked when she came back inside after the 3rd call. Yes, of course, she said, but she wouldn't look at me. Just telling my mother where I am. She worry when I stay overnight somewhere. You've stayed at my place dozens of times. This different. This fancy hotel. She think maybe I becoming high-class prostitute. She laughed, but it sounded hollow. I opened the champagne, poured 2 glasses. To your birthday gift, she said, raising her glass. To us. We clinked glasses, but when I leaned in to kiss her, she pulled away. Let me shower first, she said. I want to be perfect for you tonight. She disappeared into the bathroom with her phone, Through the door, I could hear her talking quietly in Thai again. I tried to relax, turned on the TV, found an English news channel. But something was gnawing at me, the passport thing. In all my travels, I'd never had a hotel keep my passport overnight. They usually just made a copy and handed it back. I called down to the front desk. "Hi, this is Lawrence in room 1247. I was wondering about your passport policy. When do I get mine back?" There was a pause. "I'm sorry, sir. Could you repeat that?" "My passport. The woman I'm with said, you keep it until checkout?" I just wanted to confirm." Another pause. Longer this time. "Sir, we don't have any passport on file for room 1247. Our policy is to make a copy and return the original immediately." My stomach dropped. There must be a mistake. My girlfriend handled the check-in about an hour ago. Thai woman, black dress? "I remember the check-in, sir. But no passport was submitted to us. Would you like me to speak with the manager?" I hung up. Pim was still in the shower. I could hear the water running, could hear her voice still talking quietly on the phone. I knocked on the bathroom door. "Pim, can you come out here for a minute?" "Almost finished," she called back. "Give me a few more minutes. It's important." The water turned off. A minute later, she emerged in a hotel bathrobe, hair wrapped in a towel, but still holding her phone. "What's wrong?" she asked. "Where's my passport, Pim?" Her face went white. "I told you. Hotel has it. I called the front desk. They said they don't have it. They said you never gave them a passport." She sat down heavily on the bed, phone still in her hand. "Maybe they confused. Different shifts. Different people. Pim, where is my passport?" She looked at me for a long moment, and I saw something break behind her eyes. When she spoke, her voice was smaller than I'd ever heard it. "Is safe. I promise you, is safe." "What do you mean it's safe? Where is it?" I was trying not to raise my voice, but panic was setting in. Without my passport, I couldn't leave Thailand, couldn't go anywhere. "Lawrence, please sit down. Let me explain." She patted the bed next to her, but I stayed standing. "I don't need to sit down. I need my passport back, right now. It's not so simple," she said, and tears started forming in her eyes. "I do this to protect you." "Protect me from what?" "From bad people, people who want to hurt you." This was insane. "What bad people?" "Pim, you're scaring me. Just tell me where my passport is." She broke down then, really crying, shoulders shaking. "I give it to someone who keep it safe for few days, but only few days, I promise." "You gave my passport to someone else?" I felt like the room was spinning. "Who? Why would you do that?" "Because they say they hurt you if I don't," she said through her tears. "They say they hurt me too, and my family." I sat down then, because my legs weren't working properly. "Start from the beginning. Tell me everything." She wiped her eyes with the hotel robe sleeve. "My startup, the one I tell you about, it failed 6 months ago. I lose everything, all my savings, money I borrow from friends. You told me you still worked there. I lie. I too ashamed to tell truth. I need money to survive, to help my mother. So I borrow from moneylender." "How much?" 300,000 baht. That was about $8,000. "Jesus, Pim. I know, is too much. But I think business come back. I think I can pay, but interest very high. Every month, more and more." "So you borrowed more?" "Yes. To pay interest. Is stupid, I know. But I panic. And then they say if I don't pay, they hurt my family." Her phone buzzed. She looked at it, and her face went even whiter. "They text me now. They say they know I'm here with you. I grabbed the phone before she could stop me. The message was in Thai, but there was a photo attached. A photo of me and Pim entering the hotel an hour ago. "They've been watching us?" I asked. "They watch me always. Since I missed payment last month. And they wanted my passport. Why? Because now they know about you. They say American boyfriend must have money. They say passport is guarantee you pay them." The room felt like it was closing in. "How much do they want?" 1 million baht, $25,000, more than I had in my savings account. "Pim, I don't have that kind of money." "I know, I tell them. But they say you find it. They say Americans always have money somewhere." Her phone buzzed again. This time she answered it, spoke rapidly in Thai. When she hung up, she was crying again. "They want to meet you," she said. "Tomorrow. They say bring money or they keep passport forever." I spent the night staring at the ceiling, while Pim slept fitfully beside me. Every few hours, her phone would buzz with new messages. She'd wake up, read them, delete them, and go back to pretending to sleep. By morning, I'd made my decision. "I'm calling the embassy," I said when she woke up. "Maybe the police." "No," she said, grabbing my arm. "You don't understand. These people have connections everywhere. Police, immigration, government offices. You call official people. They make sure you never get passport back. So what do you suggest? I pay them $25,000 I don't have. I find way to get passport back. I promise. Just give me time." "How much time?" "Few days. Maybe 1 week." "Pim, I can't stay in this hotel for a week. Do you know how much this is costing?" She looked away. "I pay hotel. With my credit card. You don't have that kind of credit limit." "I find way," she said. But she was lying again. I could see it in her face. I called the front desk, asked about extending our stay. The rate for the suite was $500 a night now, weekend premium pricing. I had maybe $3,000 in my Thai bank account, another $8,000 back in Ohio that would take days to transfer. "I need to make some calls," I said. "To my bank, to the embassy. This is insane." "Please don't call embassy yet," Pim begged. "Give me 2 days. I try to fix this myself first." "How?" "I talk to them. Explain you not rich American like they think. Maybe they take less money." Against my better judgment, I agreed to wait. But I wasn't going to sit in an expensive hotel burning through my savings. "We're checking out," I said. "I'll stay at my condo until this gets resolved." "But they know where you live," Pim said. "They watch your building too now." "Then where am I supposed to go? Maybe stay with friend." "Other expat." I realized I didn't have any real friends in Bangkok. Drinking buddies from a few bars, acquaintances from the expat forums online, but nobody I could trust with this kind of problem. "There's nowhere," I said. "Then we stay here. I find money somehow." "How, Pim? How are you going to find $25,000? She was quiet for a long time. Then she said something that made my blood run cold. "Maybe I ask them if they want different arrangement. Instead of money." "What kind of arrangement?" "You don't want to know," she said. We checked out of the hotel, but only because I insisted. Pim was terrified, kept looking over her shoulder as we walked through the lobby. "They're not going to like this," she said. "I tell them we staying at hotel until problem solved." "Well, they'll have to be disappointed," I said, but my voice was shaking. I was scared too. Back at my condo, Pim tried calling the loan sharks. I could only understand fragments of the conversation, but her voice kept getting higher and more desperate. When she hung up, she was crying again. "They very angry," she said. "They say you showing disrespect by leaving hotel." "I'm showing disrespect? They stole my passport?" "They don't see it like that. They see it like business transaction. They provide service. You pay for service." "What service?" Kidnapping my documents? They say they're protecting you from other bad people who might take passport for worse reasons. The circular logic was making my head hurt. This is insane, Pim. This whole situation is insane. I know it's crazy, but in Thailand, when you owe money to wrong people, everything become crazy. She showed me her phone, new photos, pictures of my condo building, pictures of the lobby, pictures of the entrance to my floor. They want you to know they're watching, she said. And they want you to know they can reach you any time. That night, I barely slept. Every sound in the hallway made me jump. Every motorcycle engine in the street below made me think they were coming. Pim stayed awake too, constantly checking her phone, occasionally getting up to look out the window. I'm calling the embassy tomorrow, I said around 3 a.m. No, Lawrence, please. One more day. I have idea. What idea? I meet with them tomorrow. Without you. I try to negotiate. Negotiate what? You don't have anything to negotiate with. I have something, she said quietly. What? She didn't answer. The next morning, she dressed carefully. Not the fancy outfit from the hotel, but something conservative. Long sleeves, long skirt, minimal makeup. I'll be back tonight, she said. Don't leave condo. Don't answer door for anyone. Where are you meeting them? Better you don't know. She kissed me goodbye, and it felt like a final kiss. Like she wasn't sure she'd be coming back. I spent the day pacing my small living room, checking the news on my laptop, reading expat forums about passport problems in Thailand. The stories were worse than I'd imagined. Americans trapped for months, forced to pay bribes to get their documents back, some who never got them back at all. Around sunset, I heard a key in my door. Pim walked in looking exhausted and defeated. I got it back, she said, pulling my passport out of her purse. I grabbed it, checked every page. It looked intact. No missing stamps or pages. How? I asked. What did you have to do? She sat down heavily on my couch. I make deal with them. What kind of deal? They keep my ID card instead, and I work for them until debt is paid. Work for them? How? She looked at me with eyes that had aged 10 years in one day. You don't want to know, Lawrence. The passport felt heavy in my hands, like it was made of lead instead of paper. Pim, what did you agree to? Is not important. Important is you safe now. You can go home. I'm not leaving you here to work for loan sharks. You don't have choice. Is done already. I signed contract. What kind of contract? She pulled out a document covered in Thai text and official-looking stamps. I work in their massage parlor until debt paid, plus interest. I felt sick. How long? Maybe 2 years. Maybe 3. Depend on how much money I can make. Jesus Christ, Pim. This is human trafficking. Is not trafficking. I choose this. They not force me. They threaten to kill you and your family. That's forcing you. In Thailand is different. Debt is very serious thing. You not understand. I was pacing again. Passport still clutched in my hand. There has to be another way. I can get some money. Maybe not all of it, but... No, she said firmly. You go home now. Tonight. They say if you still here tomorrow, deal is off. They take passport again and I still have to work for them. I can't just leave you. Yes, you can. Is what you supposed to do. Go back to America. Forget about Bangkok. Forget about me. Her phone buzzed. She read the message and stood up. Car is coming in 1 hour to take you to airport. I already booked your flight. You booked my flight? With your credit card. I know your information from hotel. Is last thing I can do for you. I stared at her. You've been planning this all day. Since yesterday. Since I see how scared you are. You good man, Lawrence. You deserve better than this. She started gathering her things. The few items she'd left at my place over the past 3 months. A toothbrush, some clothes, a book she'd been trying to read in English. "Don't pack," I said. "We'll figure something else out." "No. Is finished. You go home, I go to work. Is simple." "It's not simple. I love you." She stopped packing and looked at me. For a moment, her composure cracked. "I love you too. That's why I fix this problem for you." "By destroying your own life?" "My life already destroyed. When I borrow money I cannot pay back. When I lie to you about job. When I get you involved in this mess. At least now you escape." A car honked outside. "That's for you," she said. "Go. Come with me. We'll figure out the debt later. They have my ID card, Lawrence. I cannot leave Thailand without ID card. And they not give it back until debt paid." I grabbed her hands. "Then I'll stay. We'll face this together." "No. If you stay, they want money from you too. 50,000. 100,000. They never stop. They bleed you dry and then throw you away." The car honked again. Longer this time. "Go," she said, pushing me toward the door. "Please, if you love me, go." At the airport, Pim walked me as far as security would allow. She was trying not to cry, but I could see her breaking down. "I'll come back," I said. "When I have more money, when I can figure out how to help you." "Don't come back," she said. "Bangkok is dangerous for you now. They know your face. They know you have foreign money. They always find way to take it." "What about your mother? Can't she help?" "My mother, old woman with no money. This my problem, not hers." Security was calling for passengers to my gate. "I have to go," I said. "I know." She kissed me one last time. "Thank you for 3 good months, Lawrence. Best 3 months I have in long time." "Pim, go," she said. "Don't look back." I turned around twice, walking to the gate. But she was already gone. On the plane, I kept staring at my passport, thinking about how something so small could control your entire life. The flight attendant asked if I was okay. I must have looked terrible. "Just leaving someone behind," I said. "It's always hard," she said kindly, but she didn't understand. I wasn't just leaving someone behind. I was abandoning someone to save myself. Back in Ohio, I tried to research what I could do from America. Called the embassy, talked to lawyers who specialized in international debt issues, contacted NGOs that worked on human trafficking. Everyone gave me the same answer. There was nothing I could do. Thailand's laws protected creditors, especially local creditors with government connections. Pim had signed a legal contract. Unless she could prove she was forced to sign it, which would require evidence and witnesses she didn't have, she was bound by its terms. I sent money when I could. Small amounts through Western Union. Never enough to make a real difference, but hoping it might help her pay down the debt faster. Sometimes the transfers went through. Sometimes they were rejected, no explanation given. I never heard from her again. No calls, no messages, no emails. It was like she'd vanished from the earth. I hired a private investigator in Bangkok after 6 months. He found the massage parlor, confirmed that a woman matching Pim's description worked there, but said she went by a different name now. He offered to make contact, but I said no. What would be the point? To drag her back into my world when she'd sacrificed everything to push me out of hers? Some nights, I wonder if any of it was real. The 3 months we spent together, the way she looked at me, the conversations we had about everything and nothing. Maybe I was just another mark from the beginning, another lonely foreigner she could exploit. But I don't think so. I think she really did love me, in her way, and I think that made it worse for her. Not better. It's easier to betray someone you don't care about. 2 years later, I'm still in Ohio. Still alone. But now I know why. Bangkok taught me something about myself I'd rather not have learned. I'm selfish enough to save myself, and leave someone else behind. I tell myself I didn't have a choice. That staying would have made things worse for both of us. But late at night, when I can't sleep, I know the truth. I had a choice. I chose my freedom over hers. I chose my safety over her future. And that's something I'll carry for the rest of my life. The passport sits in my desk drawer now, expired and useless. I haven't renewed it, haven't traveled anywhere since Bangkok, partly because I'm afraid of what I might do if faced with a similar situation, and partly because I know that no matter where I go, I'll always be the man who took his passport back and walked away. Trust is the most expensive thing you can lose, but sometimes keeping it costs even more. Sometimes the price of your freedom is someone else's, and sometimes, late at night in Ohio, you realize you're both the victim and the villain of your own story. That's what Bangkok taught me. That's what I can never forget.